Imagine a ghost ship, sails full, gliding across the Atlantic under a clear sky. Today's story, the ghost ship. Stay with us. There is no storm, no damage, and the cargo is untouched. The captain's log is open on his desk. Food is still on the table. But there isn't a single soul on board. No bodies, no blood, just an empty vessel sailing toward a destination it would never reach. This isn't a Hollywood movie. This is the terrifying true story of the Mary Celeste. A mystery that has stumped the FBI, historians, and scientists for over 150 years. On December 5, 1872, the crew of a British brigantine called the Dei Gratia spotted a speck on the horizon. As they drew closer, they realized the ship, the Mary Celeste, was moving erratically. Captain David Morehouse knew the captain of that ship personally, Benjamin Briggs. Briggs was a man known for his meticulousness, his deep faith, and his sobriety. Morehouse signaled the ship. But there was only a haunting silence in return. When his boarding party finally climbed onto the wooden deck, they entered a nightmare of stillness. The ship was in nearly perfect condition. Yet it felt like a tomb. Below deck, the crew's personal belongings were still in their chests, untouched. The captain's wife's sewing machine sat waiting. And his 2-year-old daughter's toys were scattered. There was enough fresh food and water to last the entire crew for 6 months. The last entry in the logbook was dated 10 days prior, reporting nothing unusual. For 10 long days, this ship had been sailing itself across the Atlantic like a phantom. What could possibly make an experienced captain abandon a perfectly seaworthy ship? Over the decades, theories have ranged from the logical to the supernatural. Was it a pirate attack? Unlikely, because the ship's gold and valuables were never touched. Was it a mutiny? There was no sign of a struggle, and Briggs was a well-loved leader. Some spoke of giant sea monsters pulling the crew into the abyss. Others whispered about the Bermuda Triangle, though the ship was thousands of miles away. However, modern science offers a more chilling, invisible culprit: the ghost explosion. The ship was carrying 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol. Experts now believe that some of the barrels leaked, filling the hold with deadly, flammable gas. Imagine the scene. Captain Briggs hears a low rumble and sees a terrifying blue flame. Panicked, believing the ship was seconds away from a massive explosion, he gave the order. Everyone piled into the single small lifeboat, leaving everything behind in a race for their lives. In their haste, they likely failed to secure the tow line to the main ship properly. As a sudden storm picked up, the Mary Celeste, caught in the wind, sailed away. 10 people were left bobbing in a tiny boat in the middle of the vast, indifferent Atlantic. They watched their only hope for survival vanish into the gray mist of the ocean. One by one, they were eventually swallowed by the cold waves, never to be seen again. Yet, even with this explanation, many questions remain unanswered. Why was the ship's chronometer missing if they were in such a hurry? To this day, the Mary Celeste remains the ultimate maritime cold case. It is a story of a voyage that never ended and a crew that vanished into thin air, leaving behind only the echoes of the wind whistling through the empty rigging. Thanks for watching the full story.